Skulls found in Greece can rewrite human history. July 14, 2019. It is becoming increasingly clear that human history needs to be rewritten. Homo sapiens already lived in Greece 200,000 years ago. Skulls found in Greece can rewrite human history. Homo sapiens skull discovered in Greece lived 200,000 years ago. The long-standing consensus among scientists is that modern humans gradually replaced Neanderthals until they became extinct after a single migration from Africa. But a new discovery of Greece is changing everything we thought we knew. In the late 1970s, researchers exploring the Apodema cave in southern Greece found a pair of ancient skulls that were written as Neanderthal skulls at the time, and no other thought or attention was given to them for decades. And the prevalent theory on human evolution and migration has remained unchanged. This is so far. A team of paleoanthropologists led by Katerina Harvati of Eberhard Karls University in Tübingen, Germany, took a fresh look at skulls using modern technology and made an impressive discovery that really changes our understanding of early humans and Neanderthals. Homo sapiens must have migrated from Africa more than 200,000 years ago and have not gone very far. But the skulls tell a very different story. Named for Apodema 1 and Apodema 2, the research team conducted tests to determine what human species they belonged and how old they were. Apodema 2, they concluded, is a Neanderthal skull dating back 170,000 years ago, which makes sense. But Apodema 1 had a surprising result, because it came from a Homo sapiens with 210,000 years. According to the study published in Nature, two fossilized human skulls, Apodema 1 and Apodema 2, of the Apodema cave in southern Greece were discovered in the late 1970s but remained enigmatic due to their incomplete nature, taphonomic distortion and lack of archaeological context and chronology. Here, we reconstruct virtually both skulls, provide detailed descriptions and comparative analyses, and give the data using radiometric U-series methods. Apodema 2 dates back more than 170,000 years and has a morphological pattern similar to Neanderthal. In contrast, Apodema 1 dates back more than 210,000 years and presents a mixture of modern and primitive human characteristics. These results suggest that two late Middle Pleistocene human groups were present at this site, an initial population of Homo sapiens, followed by a Neanderthal population. Our findings support multiple dispersions of the first modern humans outside Africa and highlight the complex demographic processes that characterized human Pleistocene evolution and modern human presence in southeastern Europe. This is an innovative result. Apparently, Homo sapiens lived in this area of Greece before the Neanderthals moved tens of thousands of years later. Second to Nature, this shows that the rapid dispersion of Homo sapiens out of Africa not only occurred earlier, 200,000 years ago, but also spread geographically to Europe, Harvati told phys.org. This is something we did not suspect before and that has implications for the population movements of these old groups. Harvati supposed that these early Homo sapiens died and were replaced by Neanderthals. She said in a press release, "We find that these early migrants did not really contribute to modern humans living outside Africa today, but they died and were probably replaced locally by the Neanderthals. Our hypothesis is that this is a similar situation with the Apodema 1 population. However, it is also possible that the population of Homo sapiens changed due to the weather, as the site the conversation highlighted. Specimens of sites in the Levant, present-day Israel, Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan suggest that the first wave of modern humans outside Africa was replaced by Neanderthals before the most successful final human migration later. The new data from Apodema further extend this complex picture of modern human dispersion and interaction with other species of hominids. For example, the previous human skull came from a time when the surrounding environment was warmer and wetter than the cold and arid conditions in which the Neanderthal specimen would have lived. This emphasizes that our explanations for population dispersions need to take into account the context of major environmental changes and the opportunities and challenges that come with it. Makes sense. Humans were more susceptible to the colder weather because we were accustomed to the driest, hottest climate in Africa. Then, when the weather became colder in Greece, humans moved on and the Neanderthals moved in, taking the benefit of more hairy bodies to increase the heat. And now we know that Neanderthals could fire regularly and use it to melt the resin they used as glue to build tools with handles, so they could prevent themselves from freezing to death. But the study proves that there must have been multiple migrations of Homo sapiens out of Africa and into Europe. which gradually displaced the Neanderthals over time and eventually eliminated them. And our own DNA proves that the crossing was part of this gradual overthrow. Instead of a single hominid exit from Africa to populate Eurasia, there must have been several dispersions, some of which did not result in permanent occupations, said Eric Delson, a professor of anthropology at New York University who did not participate in the study. This also makes sense because not all settlements are successful. People leave the sites for one reason or another, and climate change is as good a reason as most. After all, climate change is causing human migration today from warmer regions to Europe and North America, giving us an active example of how climate can affect human dispersal. In the end, we find that we still have a lot to learn about our human ancestors, and technology will be instrumental in unraveling this knowledge. I believe that recent advances in paleoanthropology have shown that the field is still full of surprises, Harvati concluded. And this research could not be more timely as climate change and migration become big problems in our own time.